Well, it's the start of hurricane season again, and Hurricane Bud, which is approaching Mexico and California from the Pacific Ocean, has of today been categorized as a Category 4 storm. The hurricane categories, which go up from 1 to 5, are ranked according to the speed of the wind and the extent of the damage that the storm is capable of. So as I am recording this, Bud is at the threshold of a 3 to a 4 storm with confirmed 130 mile per hour winds today, and if it sustains that current speed or the ferocity increases, as it is likely to, can cause what's listed as extreme damage, and you can see the description of the storm ranks here. Hurricane Bud is traveling in a northeast direction, headed towards the Baja California Peninsula, where there are quite the number of beach resorts. Now, here's a potential that the hurricane could bring, which really should be thought of and talked about in advance. Even if, as suspected, it might weaken shortly after hitting land. The torrential rains brought by a hurricane can, in addition to massive flooding, cause mudslides. And remember those huge wildfires and the mudslides that came from them way back at the beginning of the year? Well, slopes, and Mexico and California have quite a lot of steep slopes that have been stripped of their vegetation, either by previous, the trees dying, natural removal, or human removal. Are anytime the vegetation is removed, because vegetation acts as an anchor for soil. So when that's removed, the slopes are extremely vulnerable to further soil collapse and more landslides, more mudslides. So if you live in these regions, any region that is in the path of hurricanes, and in flatter regions, you still have the huge riverbanks that can flood, and it can carry not just a lot of water but mud and debris, and so you got a similar threat there, just not sliding down slopes. You want to pay real close attention to the weather and what the storms are doing. Also, the eruption of Kilauea continues. This is the same eruption that has been going on since the end of April, and the lava flows have now engulfed and destroyed 700 homes and counting. A 5.4 magnitude earthquake struck on Monday. The fissures are now shooting fountains of lava themselves, and the hazards posed by ash and gas emissions have doubled. So anyone still on the Big Island of Hawaii, anywhere near the Kilauea mountain, probably should be planning evacuation now. At this point, I'd say waiting it out is no longer a viable option. I don't even know what to say about the science in addition to what I've already covered in other videos. We'll see what remains salvageable once Kilauea comes down again, which will be who knows when or how.